Welcome to the show, and what a complete load of shit we've got for you tonight.
I used to laugh at the idea of a woman prime minister.
John, you can ask me questions if you give me notice.
There's no time necessarily for manners.
Doesn't give my opponents much time to run.
I'm responsible for introducing the concept of MMP by accident.
They hate us. You know, they hate the system.
I used to call the old culture the concrete playground.
Poets in this country have always been the smart ones.
I've been performing since I was born.
I can smell the uranium on it.
No mai hara mai te whānau ki Aotearoa I tēnei pō, ko Magenta tōku ingoa.
And call Detective Rogers tōku ingoa.
Nice. Wow.
We nailed it. We nailed it. As I'm trying to fix the chat. But I don't think it's going to play ball tonight for some reason.
Oh no.
It's...
I'll have to make sure to keep an eye on chat from
it's a finicky
my other tab. Yes, that's right. Guppy's gone. I did see Guppy's out.
Yeah, we're starting a bit early tonight, just FYI guys, just for a bit of pre-start banter to warm us in. So we're not diving right into it, we're just sort of warming up.
Apparently you're coming through a bit low there on the old sound. Low? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I see it is a bit low. Why is that low?
Maybe just check the random settings on.
Probably this side. Oh, you know what? I would have turned it down, probably for Discord, I'm guessing, something like that. Should be louder now, though.
Yeah, no, it's definitely louder now, so hopefully that'll be nice and good. Kia ora Kiwi Skirt, kia ora Kiwi Rob, kia ora Dean.
Bowl of scroggin.
Oh, that's a nice looking bowl too.
I think it was handcrafted from our neighbour back home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
In Dunedin.
Yeah, exactly. When you retire, it seems you have a lot more time on your hands.
I mean, you also, when you know, as you get older, if you stop doing stuff, it's not good for the old cognitive and physical either, to be honest. It's always good to keep doing stuff, pottering around.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently no active streams have been found on our show, so...
Don't know what you're looking at on your side, but
it doesn't want to work today. You know what? I'm just gonna quickly remove it. Oh, that fixed it last time, didn't it? Removing it, re-adding it. I think it did.
Probably. Turning it off and on again almost always works.
Yeah, well that didn't work, but I think if Aotearoa tonight. It's all one word, right?
Yeah.
I think I should get it.
I'm not the tech man, that's your job.
Okay. Oh, that might have worked.
Hopefully.
Hey, Dean Splaney's back. How you doing, Dean?
Now I gotta make sure I open up that chat app so we can play around.
Well, it definitely recognized it, but it's just still not fucking working properly, I don't think, so I don't think it's gonna work today for just X, Y, or Z reason.
I guess the rain made it go, you know what, I don't want to come out tonight.
Yeah, it's very finicky. I might have to switch either to another tool or... oh, wait, nope, it's working! There we go!
Oh, see,
Kiwi
look,
Rob, thank you! Thank you, Kiwi Rob, you fixed it. Yeah. Everyone thank Kiwi Rob.
Just as I closed the tab too, so... That's fine.
Alright.
Alright. Kia ora, Daniel.
Alright, everyone's crawling in, and that's the technical side. So I'm liking starting early. This is nice. This gives us a chance
less stressed.
Yeah, less stressed. It was starting earlier, but somehow I'm less stressed.
Hey, I mean, I don't mind, to be honest. This gives us a bit of time to warm up, get in there, get into the flow of things, have people kind of mosey on in, make the cups of tea or whatever the hell.
Ew, is that what my face looks like? Jesus. How do you look so... You get, like, such good lighting.
I mean, to be fair, I have, like, a light right in front of me, like, in my eyeball direction.
What am I doing wrong?
Probably just need, like, you know, some other lighting. It's just a lighting thing.
Okay, alright.
Oh, also, you've got a new mayor, but voted out Māori wards. Damn.
Yeah, well, we may as well just get straight into that. So, we had the local elections this week.
That picture?
Yeah, just share the picture, just a little thumbnail. I mean, this is supposed to be a bit more quickfire, but we can take it nice and slow. Let's see. There was a voter turnout of just 32% this week. This election, sorry. Which is, from what I found, was one of the lowest. Local government NZ noted that it was relatively low, even for local elections. Auckland was expected to be less than about 27% once it's finally counted, which is definitely the lowest in recent times. When it first became a super city, it was apparently 50% in 2010 when it first became a super city. So it's hovering around a quarter of people voted this year. Yeah. That's
pretty bad because that's a
10% dip.
Can you take your thing off the screen and put my one on, please?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot I had that there. Thank you.
You're good. But I got a graph for you. Goes with your your numbers.
I got too many bloody windows. Where's the full screen? Here it is. Oh, jeepers.
What? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty little. Let me just zoom the fuck in on that. Yeah, that'll do. So yeah, the 1989, you had 57% trending down to 41% by 2022. So what was your number again? 30.
Well, this is just for Auckland.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. So there was about a total turnout 32% this year, I believe.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's dropped by about 10%, which is in line with what dropped in Auckland. It's expected to have dropped it by about 10%. It was 35% last time, 2022. So yeah, not that great. Not a lot of enthusiastic, but some wins and a few losses in some places. Let's see. Across 42 councils, 17 voted to keep Māori wards, 25 voted to remove them.
Boo!
I know. Across the Taranaki region, all Māori wards were voted out, despite still being confused what they even are. One Taranaki local is rumoured to have said, "I'm glad the hospitals will now have more space for my white grandma."
What?
I made that up. Andrew Little and his faithful dog Gromit won the Wellington Mayoralty. Mayoralty, it's a funny word. We look forward to their trip to the moons to secure the cheese rights for all Wellingtonians. Notably, on the way out, saw seesaw enthusiast Jules Radich of Dunedin and walking tombstone Wayne Guppy of Upper Hutt. Both gone. Auckland... Yep, both of those guys gone. The oldest, not only oldest, he longest incumbent mayor as well. Wayne Guppy?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he was both. He had both those titles, I think.
Been in for a long fucking time, that's for sure.
Yeah. Auckland incumbent Wayne Brown, aka Mr. Grumpy, kept his seat with his closest competitor Leone only receiving about a third of the count.
Yeah. I'm not surprised, unfortunately, though.
Unfortunately.
She didn't really give a strong campaign.
Yeah. It was, like, I liked her, but firstly, she didn't do great on Jack Tame. Not that that's make or break, but, you could sort of see there were a lot of, at least, holes in her plan, so to speak. And her campaign was a little mismanaged, that he sort of pointed that out. There was sort of some allegedly rogue people posting on her campaign page and all that crap, where it was like, you should probably vet these people better,
Right.
And I think to a lot of people that would show, if you can't manage your campaign just on social media adequately, how are you going to run a council? I think for a lot of people that would be a bit of a red flag just in that respect. But yeah. Anyway,
no.
But when approached for comment, he could not be found, allegedly being stuck in traffic somewhere in the city. Using a sophisticated algorithm, we predicted that his statement would have been, "Road cones in the city have had it far too good for far too long, and clearly Aucklanders agree with me."
Goddamn road cones. Honestly.
Television producer Jermaine Ross's "Don't Vote For Me" campaign failed, or succeeded, depending on how you look at it.
Did they actually...
Yeah, he didn't get in.
Oh,
no. So depending on how you view it, it was a failure or a success. I don't know. He finished 19th out of 20 candidates, giving him time to spend with his 5-year-old daughter. Whilst nobody knows or cares who came in 20th place behind him, we can only guess their campaign slogan was, "I'll nuke the city if you vote for me." Because, I don't know, like, what the fuck was, like, who came 20th out of against the person who literally said, "Don't vote for me"? Like,
Ray Chung. No, I'm kidding.
Ray Chung. No, this guy was in Auckland somewhere.
Yeah.
So. On a more serious note, Paul the other one did note apparently more far-right candidates linked to disinformation groups were voted in than ever before, so...
Cool.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Anyway, that's the quick stuff today. Actually, no, we got one more. Just moving on, I guess, to... I mean, well, was there anything you wanted to note on that? How you feeling about Andrew Little?
I mean... I don't know. I'm already getting low-key ick vibes.
Yeah.
I already had ick vibes to begin with, but I don't know. There's been definitely a couple of things that he's said that have kind of just seemed a little unnecessary and a little targeted. So, you know, we'll see how he goes. I just hope that he continues to kind of keep building on the Golden Mile, like, stuff that's happening, because he was... While before the voting and everything, he was kind of being like, oh, you know, Wellington Council should stop working on the Golden Mile until the fucking election. It's like, no,
that's right. You. He was saying that. Yeah. He was saying you guys shouldn't complete any plans you have because, you know, I'm gonna like win and take over.
Yeah, which like I don't know. I personally did not like. It's not. He's not for me, personally.
That reminds me of, I think before Trump won, Obama had the option to put, like, a Supreme Court candidate in, because they had an opening on the Supreme Court, and the whole right wing was like, you're not allowed to, that's anti-democratic, or some shit. And he actually did it. He let them fucking put their own court candidate in. He didn't put anyone in. I don't know. It's fucking horrible failure. Anyway. That hasn't led to any knock-on effects in the United States. They're doing just great.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, and just noting that at an aerospace summit in Christchurch last week, protesters chained themselves to entrances. Others attempted to storm the convention center. 30 people were arrested. They allege close ties between the aerospace industry and you know, war financing for, like, I think mainly Israel, stuff like that. Stuff going to Russia, I think, too. Well, probably more USA. I didn't look too much into their claims, but that kind of fit with the Golden Dome story we covered last week, which went into sort of the private space industry, just pretty much on being on board with the whole Golden Dome thing. So, yeah. And of course, Judith Collins said they were living in another world. So.
Ugh. I mean, that's rich coming from any fucking MP in that side of the government at the moment. Like, way to be out of touch. And also, Kiwi Rob, it's not that I don't think Andrew should have won. I would have preferred Tory. And there was no other good option. I'm
almost like it is kind of a very smart move. It was a smart move because she almost certainly, I don't think, was gonna win.
Nah, she wouldn't have. Not against Andrew, at least.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, well, I mean, he just has that kind of that history and record, and also he's a man and white, so like you know, got a lot going for him. But
exactly. Well, actually. No,
would rather have had a better candidate option, but we got what we got, and at least it wasn't fucking Tiefenbacher or fucking Chung. So.
Yeah, I think she'll be back and probably with a vengeance. So.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, this is gonna give you time to build up and work on stuff. So there'll be more to come, I'm sure.
But let's move on, into the good, bad, and the ugly. So shrinking job market forces scientists to pursue careers offshore. Yeah,
I saw this. This is pretty, I mean, not surprising.
More of the brain drain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many early career scientists in New Zealand are struggling to find work. One scientist that they interviewed, who was under a pseudonym, with 13 years of education, 13 years focusing on Antarctic sea ice biology, is now applying for data analyst roles and laboring jobs because the science roles aren't available. Only 3 out of roughly 15 of their graduating class have left the country for work. Sorry, have not left the country for work. So out of those 15, 3 have stayed. Yeah. In recent months, the 7 Crown Research Institute were reconstructed into 4 new public research organisations, leading to a hiring freeze. New Zealand's budget in 2025 cut $212 million from the science sector, redirecting funds towards commercially focused science and innovation programs. I guess $70 million of that went towards tourism.
Okay.
Partly to put a fucking roof on a tennis court.
Yeah.
Remember they had the $70 million tourist package?
Yeah, so, that's right. Yeah.
We don't need these guys, do we? We need scientists. What do they bring to society? Yeah.
Right. Let's just train them up and then just send them off, you know?
Yep.
Get them into shape and ship them off.
Give them a free year of uni. We won't recoup that interest.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Give them free student loan.
Yep, free student loan. Well, not free student loan, but interest free. Until they go offshore. So actually, considering 13 years, these guys will have huge student loans. So they must be getting...
They would be able to pay them off a lot faster generally when they were employed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these offshore roles must be paying good for them to be going offshore. Because once you leave, you start earning interest.
Yeah, exactly. And it's quite they hike it up quite a bit. So, yeah.
Yeah, so these must be appetizing where the fuck they're going. So, anyway, moving on. We got a story that you picked out this week.
Yes. Good old surveillance state.
Yep, fears of surveillance state as police regain right to photograph public retain images. So the government plans to amend the Policing Act so that police can photograph people in public spaces and retain those images for future lawful purposes. Police Minister Mark Mitchell says these changes are the change is to reaffirm the common law position to reduce confusion from recent court rulings that limited the police use of images taken publicly, and that refers specifically to a court case where they did a roadside pull. They pulled someone over on the road. They took a picture of them. And they kept it for like a later date, and the defendant actually won that case.
Yes.
I didn't look into it too much, but yeah, look, it's pretty much just, you know, the typical commentary you'd hear about this this type of story. People have been saying this could lead to a surveillance state, random retention of images, risk of profiling, lack of oversight, and Police Association actually supports the changes, seeing it as restoring common sense, arguing that police have faced uncertainty when they can take photos. They want clearer rules on storage, deletion, and use. And I mean, I support that, but nothing that's been outlined so far in this story or these changes that they're making. Apparently they're going back to prior legislation. So it doesn't sound like they're actually going to make clearer rules. They're just going to make it so the rules aren't, you can't take photos. You can take photos now.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
I mean, I just find it interesting, you know, when you've got like the whole FBI office here in Wellington, we've got the tracking cars that they want to introduce. We've got this, and obviously we've got more and more with like Jim Grennan and fucking Peter Thiel's always doing shit, just always doing stuff. Like,
I do the same, by the way, Dean. I also smile at cameras. I give them a little sort of thumbs up.
Just
yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, but look, this is like precedent for sort of future creep. Once this kind of power gets normalized, it just becomes easier for government to just ask for further expansion. I mean, proof is in the pudding with like the Patriot Act in the US and stuff. It's just become easier and easier and easier over the decades for the US to just get people's personal information. I mean, you had the whole Edward Snowden thing, which led to the dismantlement of the NSA, which a lot of people were like, see, there was pushback. And it's like, no, you know what happened at the end of the day? So there's no more NSA, but what happens is all these other private companies are now spying on you. Facebook, Twitter, all these things, Google. And now basically the police can just go to them without just skirting around warrants. They just ask them for it and just get it. So it's even easier than it was with the NSA. It's literally easier.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just definitely adding to the, how do we escape fascism? It's something we gotta keep an eye on.
Yeah, but look, we'll see how that goes. I did note there was a 2022 joint investigation by the Privacy Commission and Independent Police Conduct Authority that found police had already been routinely photographing youth, often Māori, in public, and even when not suspected of a crime in contravention of legal standards. Is that a word?
Okay.
Contravention. I guess that's contrary, is it? Contravention. Did I write that? But essentially they were just sitting on the side of the road, just taking pictures of random passers-by, and people were like, why the fuck? A lot of them were kids too, and like locals were concerned, like, why the fuck are you just sitting here just photographing children?
Yeah, no, it's fucking definitely, especially because, I mean, there's already enough issues within kind of attitudes and policing and police force and all that kind of stuff.
Anyway, moving on. Winston Peters vows to keep grilling Fonterra over sale of mainland and anchor to the French dairy company Lactalis. I think that's how you say it, Lactalis. Which is such a weird name because it's like lactating, I guess. I guess it makes sense, but it just seems weird.
It sounds a little gross when you say it.
I'm going to assume that's where we in English get lactation from. It must be a French word, but it just with that association, it just sounds fucking strange.
I'm also sure that their accent would probably make it sound less disgusting.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't do a French accent.
Don't get cancelled for mocking the French.
They don't. They write over
no
anything.
One cares. Yeah, I know.
We'll see later on what the French are like when they're unhappy. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Choppy.
The deal is valued at 3.845 billion New Zealand dollars, potentially up to 4 billion if Australia assets are included. It involves a long-term supply and raw milk sales agreement. The supply contracts are structured with renewal and termination clauses, about 3 years, but with automatic renewals. Peter's alleging there may be financial incentives or bonuses, for the executives to completing the deal. Fonterra says there's no bonuses tied directly to the completion of the transaction. So that sounds like maybe they still might get bonuses. They're just not. They might just be coincidence. Yeah. Well, they're saying it's not tied to the transaction. They didn't say at any point, no, we will not be giving executive bonuses. So the fact that they sort of worded it that way, I was like, yeah, I think they're getting a raise. Yeah, it'd be like a pat on your back, like, good job, you sunk this deal. We should all give ourselves raises.
I mean, that's basically what Barney Stinson's job was in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, pretty much. Oh, I forgot about that guy. Fonterra says there's no bonus. Sorry, I read that already. Peter frames the sale as giving away national heritage, weakening local control, and repeating past mistakes, such as Silver Fern Farms and Whistland. And I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with him, honestly.
Oh, I absolutely. I'm 100. What I find kind of ironic is mostly this line: "We've made this mistake over and over again." It's like, okay, Winston, you've got that, you've nailed it. Now you need to start applying this to other fucking things.
Yeah. Well, because I got some of these like outlined just down here. The Silver Fern Farms in 2015, we sold 50% to Shanghai Meiling for 261 mil. Westland Milk Products sold to Yili in China, 588 million. Tip Top was sold in 2019, sold to Fonterra/Nestle for 380 million. You know, some
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, Tip Top's gone. We've sold that. Critics even say that one was profitable like the next year or something for the people that bought it. So it was just
what the fuck?
The stupidest short-term game.
What the fuck?
I've got this link here, the Bomber Fufu, because I clicked.
Oh, yes,
I think
got
because
that
Bomber
open.
was talking about this like 2 weeks ago, so I thought we'd just go back, flashback, go back in time and just listen to Bomber just. Talk about their new
Hopefully
strategy.
this comes through all right.
Now, the whole argument that we have sold
Turn up a
ourselves over decades is diversification. So we created all of these brands, right? Which they're now selling off. And you know why they're selling off the brands? Because they're not making the money from the brands. We sell basic bitch milk powder. Just basic bloody logs without doing any added stuff, just like we're now shipping animals overseas to be killed without no extra value created. We're going for the most basic version of us because 90% of the milk of the 90% of the dairy is milk powder that is used in the heavily industrialized food industry, right? It's a base ingredient for shitty chocolate. It's a base ingredient for shitty mass-manufactured food. The millisecond, and I
Anyway,
mean, God,
yes. But yeah, and he goes on to make a sort of prophetic, or a prophecy, I suppose, alleging, look, it's only a matter of time until they figure out how to replace this base ingredient with a synthetic substitute, and that's gonna fuck us over completely. Boom! But like our economy will tank overnight if that happens. It would just.
Yeah, no, it will be. And I mean, he makes such a good point. And funnily enough, it's also a point that I know the Greens have really been kind of harping on about in terms of like just shipping things away and not processing them here at home and all of these things. Like, we used to be a country that built stuff and made stuff and did stuff.
We used to care.
Right? And like Dean says, we're not going to have much left to sell. And that's what's fucking frustrating me, is it's like all these fucking, not just this government, obviously this has been happening for a long time, but this is obviously one of the worst, probably, so for at least a good fucking portion of time. And it's just, it's difficult to see the country literally being like sold for parts. And we're kind of sitting here like, how can we stop this? Like, what? Please, I don't want any of this. Like, I wish that we still owned all of the telecom and chorus stuff and fucking so many things that we've just fucking sold off, and it's bullshit. Also, I didn't realize that means Carpentier brand ice cream, and that fucking, that sucks, because Carpentier ice cream, so good.
That was included with the Tip Top sale, I believe.
Yeah, that guts me.
Yeah. Fuck.
I guess how do we go from that into the next one, because it's all shit.
Yeah, well, I also liked Dean had a good point, which was like even if they don't find the substitute, we won't have much left to sell in the future. So it's one of those two things that's going to come true first. Either they're going to find a substitute that just fucks us over, or we were just going to run out of things to sell.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, moving on. I'm actually just going to quickly screen share this one myself, because I've actually got a lot prepared this one, because I did quite a bit of research on this one, because I was just mangling my head around all of this bullshit. But the government's lowered the methane target rules around methane taxes. Last week. They announced this last night, I think.
Yeah, no, because I fucking social media was popping off yesterday.
And since then, I've just been trying to get my head around like all these changes, what's actually going on. So I think I've got everything pretty well figured out. So essentially they've announced a new 2050 biogenic methane target of 14 to 24% below 2017, which is replacing the previous one of 24 to 47% reduction since then. We will now measure methane with GWP, which is global warming potential, those who don't know, GWP star instead of GWP 100. The decision is, and I'll get into that in a sec, I'll explain what that actually means.
Cool, I was going to say.
I'm going to explain what that means. I've done a lot of investigating this shit.
I trust you.
Thank you. The decision is said to reflect the findings of an independent methane science target review done in 2024, which again is sort of a dubious claim. The government rules out introducing tax on agricultural methane emissions, citing risk to farm viability, jobs, competitiveness, and trade. They plan to review the methane target again in 2040. Which is like 10 years out of our 20. Like by the time, if we get to that point and we review it and we go, well, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. We're fucked. There's no chance.
And it's no take backsies.
David Seymour said this announcement reflected science, not ideology. You know, he's praising it as finally we're doing science around the whole methane thing. I just thought I'd note that I think it was a couple months back, over 25 international climate scientists wrote a letter to Luxon warning that New Zealand may be misusing GWP star. Apparently this new threshold of 14 to 24% reflects the minimum cuts consistent with no additional warming from methane. So what that means is they've cut as much as they could without methane warming increasing.
Right.
And again, that's going to go into the GWP star thing. And just one last thing that actually did come out, just because there's been updates right until we went live. The Parliamentary Commissioner for the Environment estimated that the weaker target would require roughly 1.5 million hectares of new pine forest to compensate, which is nearly 6% of New Zealand's land.
Fuck, no.
That's a lot of land. And I also thought that's not very farmer friendly if you're thinking long term, sort of, you know. Unless maybe it's cities we're gonna turn into forests. Maybe, who knows?
Fucking doubt that.
So I boiled it down to what is actually being announced here. First, one thing: there's no methane tax is coming in. No tax on methane. 2, rather than aiming at reducing methane, we're attempting to keep it at a consistent level. So we're not aiming to reduce, just to keep...
kind of sustain.
Just sustain, yep. And thirdly, we've changed the way we measure methane, presumably because it looks nicer. And we'll get into that now. So we're getting into... these are all graphs and stuff, but this is all the government climate shit. But... So you're probably wondering what the fuck is GWP star versus GWP 100. Yes. So I boiled this down to basically an analogy. Essentially, GWP 100 measures like the total accumulated increase of greenhouse gases, right? Where GWP star actually measures the increase or decrease in warming levels. So it's not actually measuring like the amount of emissions. And so the best way to think about this that I figured out was imagine last year you deposited $100 into your bank account, right? Yeah. And that would show up as plus 100. Now imagine next year you deposit 50 and that just shows up as plus 50. So you've just added you've increased your bank account by 50, right? So that would be GWP 100 would show that. How GWP star would show it is instead you are now negative 50 compared to last year's deposit, right? Because you put 100 in last year, you've only put 50 in this year, so you're down, you're minus 50.
Right. Yes. I see. I get you.
And so I've sort of put up these, I've mocked up these graphs here just to sort of give you a bit of a better view. So this is net emissions by gas. So this is just reflecting their graph here. So this is more or less, actually if I put them side by side, You can see these are pretty close. I've gotten this one just off a little. I think it was my numbers at the end were just a little off. So what you've got here is total net. WEM is essentially there's WEM and there's WAM, and that's WEM is with existing measures, WAM is with additional measures. So this dotted line is showing if we took additional measures over the next few years, you're going to get a slightly different result.
Yeah, I see.
And this is with the current measures. Somewhere here I fucked up with those two. As you can see here, the blue line, so they're slightly different. They diverge more. They're not supposed to consolidate like that.
Yeah.
But the rest of it I got pretty accurate. So thankfully, but that's not the point. The point isn't the actual data itself. It's the way it presents itself. So we're not too interested in the actual data really. This orange one is methane, and this yellow one is non-methane. So everything else that we have, as you can see, that sort of goes down. But that's non-methane. That's net non-methane. So they also. So what that means is that's including the carbon offset. So trees, carbon credits, all that kind of thing is accounted, and that's how you get it down nearly zero. So it's not that we get to 2045 and we're producing zero carbon. It's that we get to 2045 and we're almost offsetting that carbon completely with the credits and the trees that we planted, all that kind of stuff. So methane sits up here because for a couple of reasons. Methane is short-lived, so it doesn't get calculated sort of the same. It lasts about 10 to 12 years, and it's much more impactful, so we sort of calculate that differently. And so why that matters is here's GWP 100, right? So here's how this looks. I might even make this a bit bigger because this is now going away from these other graphs here. So here we have the total emissions of all gases, and you have the again in the orange you've got the methane, and then you've got like CO2 and everything else here, and that's the combined total. And this is how they look under GWP 100. As you can see, they're sort of slowly decreasing, but not by much. Now the same thing here, see this red line? This is GWP star. This is the methane. And that's how it represents it. And the reason it's presenting that is because essentially as we go over time, we're not gaining more methane, so it's not seen as contributing to more heating. So this line, so it's very much just an optics thing, just to make it look like we're decreasing our effect on global warming. Whereas if you do the same thing, because it's not short-lived with CO2 up here and all the other gases, it's sort of just steady and sticks at the same level. So that's all the other gases and how they sort of look under that same model. So it's very sort of misleading. So this is nothing to do with methane levels. What this is to sort of show relative to methane, and methane only, temperatures are going down. Yeah.
So it's not kind of being like, oh yeah, we're generally going in a negative direction. It's like, no, we're just not gaining anywhere near as much as we would have had we stayed on a certain trajectory.
And it's not it's like we're not gaining gains, you know? Yeah. And that's just one that we don't even need to really go into. But I don't know, any questions there? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I mean, that does make sense. I mean, I guess the only question I really have is kind of then tying back to what you said about it. Can you just kind of repeat what you said about what was happening to the two of them, just so that I can kind of...
The two of what?
So
right now we measure using this. Right now we measure using this, as you can see here. So that's how we measure it, and they're going to switch over to this one. So it shows.
So they're going to make themselves look better. Yeah, cool.
Exactly. This is how we're now going to measure methane. So it shows it going down. So when we show a graph to the public, we can go, see, guys.
So this is kind of like almost, I guess, the opposite of how when Luxon was trying to be like, oh, these kids are scoring really bad on their tests, when it was like, no, it's because you're scoring them on the new rubric.
And this is no change in methane. Methane is not going down. It is just we're not adding more methane. And the way it's all calculated, that means, very misleading. Yeah, it's essentially misleading. And there's sort of another one here, which actually I just thought I'd note because it sort of shows Fonterra here, which is this is a different type of graph, but this shows GWP 100 on this side and GWP star on the other side, showing decreases and stuff like that. But I thought my graph was a bit more simple to understand. So
I mean that bar graph one's not very good.
This is the one you show to the public and go, see guys, we're doing a good job.
Yeah, exactly. Look how much we've managed to reduce all of this. We're so clean green.
Yeah. And I just got some more notes on this. On Seymour's science-based approach, I couldn't find one prominent client scientist that endorsed the review.
Okay.
Another thing to note, the panel was mandated to summarize up-to-date scientific evidence about methane. They were not explicitly directed to legislate or propose binding targets. So they've just sort of summarized some other... and I'll go more to that in a second. Paris Climate Agreement uses GWP 100, not GWP star, making this implementation kind of pointless anyway. It just looks better to us.
I mean, they're already breaking the fucking Paris Agreement. Why not add another thing in there?
Exactly. Simon Upton, the Environment Commissioner, has criticized claims from farming groups that there is new methane science. He says there wasn't strong evidence, not strong justification for a new review, and has also called the government's science review a political exercise, suggesting that no new science justifies weakening existing targets. He is a former national MP, FYI, just in case you're wondering if he's biased. So one of the panel members, so I did find a scientist who's sort of kind of liked it. He was a physicist, not an environmental scientist, but he was one of the panel members of the methane review, and he states the old targets weren't very realistic, which, I don't know, going back to sort of the thing that Jacinda said in her interview not long ago, it's about ambitious targets, like...
Yes.
Because I remember when we covered this a while ago, and we were talking about the predicted targets, Luxon saying we're on track to meet our targets, all that kind of thing. But that was optimistic. That's assuming a lot of things, such as planting enough trees, and another key one is technological gains. They account for that. They're assuming in the future we're going to get efficient. So if things don't get more efficient, it's going to completely backfire their projections entirely. It's relying on new technology being developed in the future that we don't have. So again, it's sort of dubious. So I think it is better to, even if it's unrealistic, it's better to aim high and, sort of land not as high rather than aim lower and be like, oh shit, we fucked that up still. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's stupid.
But that same guy, that same panel member physicist who thought they weren't realistic, also came out in a new article today. He explicitly criticizes the decision not to price methane, saying decision makers bowed to the farming lobby. So their own fucking panel members disagree.
Wow. What a mess.
But it gets better because, remember, this is all scientific basis, even all the scientists seem to be disagreeing.
Scientific mess.
Yeah, scientific mess. The government, so in the review, they argued that New Zealand's biogenic methane, mainly from livestock, contributes less cumulative warming than older GWP 100 estimates suggested. And what that means isn't like there's new science or calculations to presume that things are going to be not as bad as we think. Again, that's just the projection that we saw. That's essentially, this graph makes it look better.
Yeah,
this graph suggests things would be better than they would under the other graph. That's basically what they said there. So
the graphs are explaining very different things.
Yes, exactly. And that's pretty much all this entire change is based off, is that sort of one claim. They actually cite two scientific papers as well. One of them is a foundation paper proposing GWP star, showing that constant methane emissions lead to no additional warming, which again we accept that that's what we're gaining for, is no additional warming, not to reduce it. And this one by Frame. Someone named Frame from Victoria University.
I was going to say, I recognize that person's name.
Yeah, I got their first name here somewhere. David Frame, Professor David Frame, from Victoria University. They found that if NZ cuts methane by roughly 20% by 2050, the radiative forcing from methane would plateau, no extra warming, even without reaching the additional 47% cut. Again, that's just saying we won't have additional warming, which again, is that really what we want to aim for? Is just no additional warming?
Yeah.
I'd like to aim for a bit better goal than like, let's keep the status quo, you know? And
Absolutely.
the review itself explicitly warned that these findings were not policy recommendations, and that stabilizing warming isn't the same as meeting the 1.5 degrees Celsius goal. So despite all that, even the panel members are like, despite us saying this is not the same as meeting the 1.5 degrees Celsius goal, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was like, I was almost kind of surprised. I was just waiting for that number to come up at some point.
Yeah. Oh, and one more just cherry on top. The professor, David Frame, actually spoke out too. So one of the authors of the paper, one of the two critical papers they cited, has spoken out saying the government has politicized the review. They said the science described how methane behaves and not how much we should cut. So
misinterpreting fucking science.
So there's your science, fucking David Seymour. They all disagree with you, to say the least. So how about you actually listen to a fucking scientist for once? And I tell you what, I don't want to hear fucking one more motherfucker talk about the future generations having to pay off debt when we're going to have to deal with this shit. I don't give a fuck about the debt. I give a fuck about the planet being on fire.
Right? Who's going to be there to pay the debt?
Yeah. And just because I needed to vent, I decided to make a new proposal campaign. I hope the Greens are listening. Here's my new campaign for you. It's called Where's Your Economy Now? It's my new campaign. Where's your economy now? And you just get pictures of environmental disasters.
I mean, you know what? I could probably send this to some people in the Greens, to be fair. So maybe I'll send that their way.
Yeah. But that made me feel good once I got that done.
No, that is great. Also, kia ora, Rajan. We see you. Hope you're having a good day at work.
And that's my picture.
It's a beautiful picture. And honestly, I really like that flood one. The flood one hits pretty hard.
You like the flood one?
Wow. I mean, when you think about what, how many floods have we been dealing with recently?
Yep. And this isn't a third world country, by the way, guys. This is Germany. Like 3 years ago.
I could have thought that was New Zealand, to be fair.
No, this is Germany. Everyone will be touched.
Yeah. I guess it's not really just about us here in this country. It's about the whole world. I mean, I think more about us because obviously smaller islands, going to be kind of first on the chopping block. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I hope that sums up those who are sitting there going, I don't know what the fuck's going on with this week with all this science and emission shit. So hopefully that made a bit more sense. Yeah.
And that's I guess we'll go into your next one?
Yeah, I will quickly shift off my full screen to your full screen. There we go.
And transgender.
We are transgendering now. There we go. Perfect. All right, New Zealand. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this one. Yeah, this one. This is a next. This is a good tie into the next one. Considering we just showed a fucking Germany getting flooded. National and Labour agree changes needed for weather event buyouts.
You could have used this picture, to be honest.
I really probably could have. I really could have. Yeah. An independent reference group commissioned by the Ministry for Environment made recommendations on how to handle climate adaptation for property buyouts after extreme weather events. They said people should not expect the government to always buy out homes that are severely damaged in weather events. A 20-year transition period, the group suggested, would be used for phasing out buyouts. I don't know what that means, honestly. Like, how do we transition over 20 years with buyouts? Do we just not do some?
Well, I guess it's giving people time to maybe actually, find ways to move out to these other places. I would kind of assume it'd be a lot to get all of the people that might be there to kind of move all of a sudden. That would be quite aggressive. I mean, it'd be like essentially instead of just getting an eviction notice from your landlord, it's an eviction notice for the whole town. So I could definitely see why they'd want to take it as a slight phased process.
Yeah, I don't think we actually got any details about what that meant, but the group also proposed that funding for adaptation, flood walls, sea walls, infrastructure upgrades, blue-green infrastructure, to name a few, should often follow a beneficiary pays model. And I just noted, how about we aim to reduce emissions so less people need to be bailed out? How about we do that?
Well, that's the thing is, like, adaptation's great, and there is a level of adaptation that we're going to have. But it'd be really cool if we can also try to stop some of this shit.
Yeah. And the biggest impactor of most of that is methane. Shocking.
Ah, you've done it again.
Methane, you've done it again.
Oh my god. That's an ad.
Yeah.
Avery, write it down.
Yeah. Was that the real government ads? Is that no?
Yeah.
Who was that? Who was that channel that did the true government ads? Honest government ads?
Oh fucking! Oh my god! I only just heard of them. Juice Media.
That's the one.
There
Juice
we go.
Media. All right. Luxon said that in principle the government won't be able to keep bailing people out indefinitely. He emphasized that a framework is needed to decide who pays: homeowners, councils, central government, insurance, and how. Also, how the fuck, I don't know how councils are going to afford that, but...
Wow, exactly. I mean, the council's...
She's going to put rate caps on. Like, how the fuck are we supposed to afford this, mate? Just make it impossible. Hipkids has also agreed that policy framework should be bipartisan so the issue doesn't become politicized. Not that it's going to matter in the future, because someone will just change their mind anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Not more to say, except they're both pretty much in agreement. So,
all right. Yeah.
Great. I'm glad they can finally agree on something.
Yeah. If only it hadn't fell on the back of this. Well, I guess this is from July, so.
Oh shit.
Hey, I mean, it's still relevant.
I must have grabbed the wrong one. Oh well.
But this thing is still relevant. All right. How much of the video are we playing?
Good question. Actually, so I actually spent so much time on the environment stuff, I kind of ran out of time to do much research for them, but I played like the first minute or so.
All right. Yeah. Sweet. Where am I? There I am.
I don't think I'm going to have too much to go on for this. We're just going to spit warm.
It's typical Nicola's bad at her job.
Today, revealing the finance minister is borrowing billions to keep the lights on. Treasury's update shows net debt reached $182 billion in the year to June, up $6.7 billion compared to the previous year. But speaking to business leaders this morning, Nicola Willis announced a plan to give New Zealand firms an advantage when competing for government contracts. Political correspondent Zane Small reports.
A quick, fun selfie for the finance minister before the serious business of announcing a change to how the government awards contracts.
From now on, for procurements below $100,000, government agencies will be required to...
That's pretty much it. I mean, it was pretty much... The only thing I wanted to note was the fact that we're borrowing more than the years before, and I just decided... I brought up some statistics from... Stats NZ, just so we could just review over the the government that apparently is fiscally responsible,
right? Fiscally
and just see how they're doing.
But no, it also there was a post I saw earlier today. So while you're doing that, I might try to find it because
I'm doing it.
This. Oh,
sorry. You're supposed to do this.
Never mind. There you go. My bad.
You're gonna have to show the graph.
Oh, the graph?
Yeah, you gotta do everything. Keep going down, keep going down, keep going down, keep going down. It's the one that's kind of bluish. Keep going. That's like more grainy.
This one?
There you go. So that one gives you a pretty good idea of the way spending, borrowing, this is specifically this is net debt percentage of GDP. So it's also relevant to how well we're doing economically. So high is bad. essentially. So in 2019, we're doing pretty good. Then COVID hit. So I'm assuming we don't know exactly. It's either GDP went down or borrowing went up. They don't have the exact statistic there, but it's one of the two. Probably most likely a mix of the two. And
yeah, I was gonna say a little column A, a little column B.
Exactly, and we've gone up by about 6 million. I think was it 6 billion? I think
6.9
billion.
Oh,
right?
sorry, 6.7 billion. Because I was like, oh, what's that if you take away 2.9? It's 3.8. It could have been 3.8, but no.
Let me just quickly check what our total borrowing is.
I've probably got something that I'm just going to share this because this is probably relevant already. Because this was actually this is one term Gov on Instagram.
Cool.
They're great. From the New Zealand Politics Reddit. TLDR, Treasury documents prove the government manufactured an $11.1 billion deficit by giving away $19.5 billion to landlords, high earners, and tobacco companies. Without those, we'd have an $8.4 billion surplus.
Oh, yeah, we could pay teachers, doctors, nurses, who else? Just fucking everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we've got 11.1 billion, money given away 19.5, result could have been 8.4. What they gave away, 14.7 in income tax cuts, mostly to high earners, 2.9 to landlords, 1.7 to tobacco industry, 153 million to charter schools, 317 million plus to private hospitals, total 19.5 billion.
Jeepers.
Yep. Without that, we wouldn't have a deficit. There'd be no need to cut 16.7 billion from public servants. No need to fire 10,000 public servants. No need to cut benefits for 18 to 19-year-olds.
I fucking hate this. And she's still, and I'm pretty sure even, I can't remember if it was in that video we were just watching, she's still fucking blaming Labour for everything.
Exactly.
I don't know how. I don't...
That's why I thought of this as soon as you started talking about it, because I'm like, yeah, look, public hospitals failing, private hospitals have got 317 million. Public schools are struggling while charter schools are getting given millions. Public housing is underfunded. And also the fact that, you know, we need houses.
You know what's probably going to happen is whoever gets in power next and improves the economy, these guys are going to say, no, that was us. You're riding on our coattails. We did that hard work.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, this is. I'm actually going to post the link to. I'll post the link to this into the chat because I think it's a good resource for people to kind of just, you know, it's got the numbers very clear, plain and simple, and the numbers are terrifying and bad, and. It says here they've put all the numbers and sources and calculations in a spreadsheet that you can download and check yourself called the manufactured deficit. I believe they'll probably have a link on their Instagram. So, yeah, that was...
But the good news is that's the end of the bad news. So
Yay! Yeah, I should open up the good news then.
No, we're on to the ugly news. So it's still
ugly.
not good.
Oh no, I hate this next story. Fuck. It's my story too. And I hate it. I fucking hate it.
This was Magenta's pick of the week.
Okay, it wasn't like I was like, ooh, yeah, I really want to do this. It was like, man, this is kind of important, and I didn't get a chance to really talk about it on BHN on Friday.
You got a weird sadistic side. I think you like talking about people suffering.
Yeah, absolutely. Totes.
Yeah.
Nah. I don't, that's not a kink for me. Well, okay, not in this context, all right? Not in this context.
If just by the way, what's the flag behind you? I'm just noticing now.
Oh, that's non-binary. There's a black stripe.
I didn't know they had one.
Here.
I guess everyone has a fucking flag these days, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, you've got quite a few. Like, the main ones are like the Progressive Pride flag, which obviously includes the triangle with all the extra colours. Trans, non-binary. You got gender fluid.
I'm iffy on that one. I'm more of a fan of the classic rainbow flag, really. That's my vibe.
Honestly, I'm just here for colours.
Yeah, it's fair enough. It's fair enough.
More colours.
I just like the simplicity of the rainbow flag. You know, it's just so.
It also means that like it's kind of like multiple flags in one, so like you don't have to hang as many.
Exactly.
Cover all your bases.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, here's to something not so fun. So it turns out I wasn't really aware of this. Also, kia ora, I'm quickly going to say kia ora to Mr. Anderson. I see you came in.
And Gary.
Door. And Gary.
Gary
so
got his fish and chips.
Oh, yum. Oh. Don't make me hungry. I haven't had dinner yet. Anyway, bullying at Starship Hospital. Deadline for improvement nears. So WorkSafe. So multiple allegations of bullying and harassment to staff have been reported at Starship's Children's Hospital in Auckland. WorkSafe issued a deadline in April to improve the situation, with that deadline set to expire in 2 weeks. But unions say there is no sign of any improvements. RNZ understands 5 doctors and 8 nurses at Starship Unit Te Puaruru Hau explained about bullying over a number of years. The unit gives 24-hour care to abused children. WorkSafe completed an on-site...
sorry. I thought you said to abuse children.
No.
Spat out my scroggin.
You thinking I'm enjoying fucking people suffering? You think we're torturing?
Yeah, I heard what I wanted to hear. Oh, no.
Oh, God. See, this government's getting to you. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, so that's what kind of, for me, actually made this story so much worse, is because this isn't just the children's hospital. This is specifically in a unit that deals with some of the most severe cases. And yeah, so I was just like, this is horrible. WorkSafe completed on-site assessment at Starship Hospital after receiving multiple notifications alleging bullying and harassment. An improvement notice was issued after the inspector observed that there was no effective system to identify, assess, control, and review psychosocial risks. The deadline was given, but some familiar with the situation has agreed not to name that there's been no easy way to report it. And basically, it looks like it's kind of unfortunately your typical run-of-the-mill systemic kind of issues of bullying and kind of that hierarchy stuff, and just I can also unfortunately imagine that due to the kind of stressful nature and often understaffed areas of hospitals, I could imagine that kind of stress unfortunately exacerbating some of these more negative attitudes and kind of maintaining that toxic work environment. Mm-hmm. But what I thought was quite interesting is it notes it here. WorkSafe quietly put out its first guide to managing psychosocial risks earlier this year, which I thought was really interesting because obviously it was quiet, so I didn't even know this was a thing. So it kind of made me excited because I think there's just like definitely something that's a lot more kind of progressive in terms of workplace and actually acknowledging that there is psychosocial risks that kind of can come in these spaces.
Psychosocial.
Literally what I thought.
Mm.
Oh God, don't get that song stuck in my head now.
The rain will kill us all.
We threw ourselves against the wall. Sorry, okay, anyway. Fucking hell. But yeah, it's a great guide. And it basically it says, you can identify hazards by looking at how work is done, what situation workers encounter, incident and injury records, job descriptions, organizational structure. And they've gone through, they've assessed, kind of given a guide on how to identify them, how to manage them. And I just, thought that was quite cool. Hopefully this will actually, I guess, for lack of a better word, actually be followed and implemented correctly, because that is always the one part that I'm always the most, I guess, skeptical or nihilistic when it comes to these types of things of like, this is awesome document. It's great that they're actually doing this, but like, I really hope that we see this change because like these are people who are looking after children who are suffering some of the most severe cases of trauma and abuse. Because the unit provides urgent medical service for children and young people suffering acute sexual harm or life-threatening injuries, and coordinates with police in Oranga Tamariki. And I mean, even just that in of itself sounds like a very complicated and probably stressful job. And, you know, we don't want people who are looking after children going through this to then also be dealing with like fucking horrible bullying, and just there's unfortunately is a bit of a trend of bullying in these types of jobs as well, which I'm sure only compounds this further. But yeah, I was just surprised to see the work safe thing, and kind of, I guess also to hear that this is even an issue, because I don't think I would have expected this from a place like Starship Hospital.
Oh, and I did note that what the nurses union had said, which is nothing has happened. We don't expect much.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And that's kind of, I guess, again, adding further to kind of how this systemic shit happens to begin with. And like, I also saw like an article recently talking about how New Zealanders, we don't actually complain enough. But by complain enough, it's not, you know, us coming in here and having a hissy and a rain. It's more in terms of like actually filing official complaints when things are, you know, actually bad at work. It's all of those things that I think us New Zealanders especially, we're really bad at, like confrontation. We like to kind of not deal with issues and try to ignore them and be passive aggressive.
We bury it down to the degree that once we're outside Winston Peters' house, we throw a fucking crowbar through his window. We suppress it.
Yeah. But it's definitely something that I'd like to see New Zealanders get a bit more into, because the more you complain, it's about the number of complaints, not the quality, unfortunately.
We do have a sort of related story too. Speaking of hoping change comes, the next story.
Let me...
Tauranga, a youth care residence, is set to reopen. Closed in 2021 after a video leaked showing a young person being held in a headlock by staff. Yep, this is set to reopen next year, I think. Or...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The closure was officially attributed to staffing issues and chronic underinvestment, basically blaming previous administrations. Set to open late next year. Yep. The residence is to undergo a rebuild and refurbish, because I guess that was one of the most important things, was to refurbish it, apparently. Minister for Children Karen Shaw says this reflects the government's commitment to improving healthcare and investing in what matters. Because these guys, all they do is invest in what matters. That's
absolutely.
Self-evident. The reopening is now feasible due to improvements in the past 18 months in Oranga Tamariki's training and, you know, with their staff and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's a short story, but pretty much I just thought that was very much related to what we were discussing there. Again, just
no, absolutely. Well, yeah, because
with abuse and
like they say here, you know, Te Oranga Care and Protection was not closed due to lack of need. Like there is clearly a need for. I mean, I
don't think they would be reopening it if it wasn't needed. You know,
exactly.
This government, they're trying, so it must be really badly needed if that's the case.
Yeah, it must be pretty dire considering they're already taking money from 18 or 19-year-olds.
Yeah. So again, we hope that those changes happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yep. Oh yeah, this one. Why the government's power plan is likely to result in dirtier, more expensive power.
How's it getting dirty?
Yep.
Oh, never mind. I didn't. Ew.
Well, this is following the announcement, I think, was it the week before or something? So it's a slightly old story, but I still wanted to cover it because we're covering environmental stuff, so I thought this was relevant. Firstly, the government's energy policy announcement, though billed as a big reform, only implements 2 of 8 recommendations from the Frontier Review. And I noted that's just more evidence of this government cherry-picking the advice they get. You know, whatever happened to... Remember how Seymour was lauding before about taking a scientific approach? These guys...
Pick and choose, man.
Exactly.
Pick and fucking choose.
Yep. Most of the structural and radical proposals have been dropped. The Frontier Review had recommendations like divesting government ownership in the majority electricity generators or gentailers, using proceeds to contract or own thermal gas generators, and consolidating the 21 local line companies into 5 super line companies. And I assume they hated that because that would have sounded a lot like Three Waters or something, so...
Oh, weren't we gonna do that fucking stupid super city bullshit with you guys at one point?
I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, that was from I don't even remember the details. I just remember hearing about it lots when I was maybe like, late teens, early 20s, I want to say. So maybe like 10 or so years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't here then. That's probably why.
it obviously never fucking happened.
Yeah. But the plan that is being pushed is more fossil fuel friendly. So, yeah.
Fuck your fossil fuels.
Yeah. And there's still lots of vagueness in the details, like what types of, like what are the timelines, the cost and scale. Many things are unspecified or lightly touched upon. Like, they really haven't gone over too much in detail. The effect is likely to be dirtier, more expensive power rather than promised clean, cheap alternatives. Gentailer share prices, I just noted this, Gentailer share prices went up after the announcement, implying the energy companies themselves see this as favorable. So...
Yep. And if their thing's seen as favorable, then fuck.
I'm sure...
Power is so expensive already.
I wouldn't doubt that those gentailers probably have a part to play in donating to National. I almost wouldn't doubt, honestly. So, not that I know, but I'm guessing. Yep.
Probably.
Anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess we can go to goofier news.
Yeah, I thought this one was funny. I had a fucking laugh when I saw
this one too.
Instead of a photo, a $7,000 painted portrait of Wellington's outgoing mayor, Tory whānau, was commissioned and unveiled last week. And honestly, it's a fucking sick photo. I like that one. Like, especially looking at some of the other ones.
It's a bad picture of it, though.
Like,
oh god, that's
comparing.
Oh my god! the longer you stare at, especially the one in the middle, and the one on the right. I mean, the one on the left's probably the best out of all of them, but
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Poor Fran. They did her dirty. I bet she didn't look like that.
It's a stylistic choice. These are different styles. They wanted to make that guy look like he was wrapped in fucking plasticine or some shit. I don't know. He looks like he's made of plastic.
Oh my god, they did her so dirty. I'm looking at pictures. Okay, I'm just sharing this tab.
Okay.
That's what she looks like.
Oh goodness.
That is insane. Instead, they did this to her. I don't know her. I don't know if she was a good mayor. Yeah. But damn, they did her dirty.
You know what's even funnier? They got a painting of a painting. There's a painting in the background that they've painted. They painted a painting.
Oh god! Actually, the one on the third one is funny though because you can see the off ramp from like the terrace tunnel
perspective and shit.
Also, just the terrace tunnel and shit in the background.
She looks scared.
Yeah, she does not look like she looks a little afraid.
Oh
my god! That's
yeah. So there was a photo
that's
as
cool.
well.
Yes,
which
I see.
That was the plan. That was the plan, was to do a photo instead of a painting. So the production of a painting resulted from a misunderstanding of the 2023 recommendation. whānau declined to comment, but she did thank the artist, praising his detail and describing the unveiling as a lovely end to her tenure with her mana intact, which is, you know what, that's a fair comment. She got a little laugh on her way out. Also, just on some of those portraits, Frank Wild was $9,000. Mark Bluesky was $8,500. So this one was $7,000. So it's honestly a bit of a bargain.
Especially for how ugly these fucking things are. Like,
I know.
And oh my god, you're telling me that the middle one, they paid $8,500 for that?
Yes. So this one's $1,500 cheaper,
way.
And that's after like inflation and shit. So, you know,
what the actual fuck? Like,
whereas in comparison, the photo was $2,000, so it would have been probably closer to that if she got the photo. But yeah.
But even then, I mean, what the fuck? I can't, like, I feel like it should be less, the story should be less on, oh, look how much money they spent on Tori Whānau's picture. It should be, look how much they spent on these ugly fucking photos of these other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel bad for them.
Yep.
They actively make them look worse. Wild. Honestly, wild. Brand wild, I should say.
All right. Next on the one good story we have this week.
Yay! Sorry it was slim pickings today.
Yeah, well, this is only out of New Zealand stories. It's the only good one, you know. So, not to say that we might not have another good story coming up, but from New Zealand, this is the only good one we had. Decriminalizing drug use, the best way to combat rising addiction, report finds.
Funny that.
You know, it's sort of been like a no-brainer for I don't fucking know how long. This has been pretty well proven in a lot of European countries and stuff, where they have actually a lot of government-funded, clinics where people can come get the drug administered, like heroin and stuff, in a safe environment, and actually help wean people off and get them support and stuff. You know,
absolutely.
So the New Zealand Drug Foundation released a report recommending drug decriminalisation of all drug use, overhaul of the Misuse of Drugs Act, and legalising lower drugs via not-for-profit regulated models. The report claims current laws have been a colossal failure, embracing harm, overdose, criminalisation, and stigma, which... Yep, that's...
Absolutely.
Wastewater testing shows methamphetamine use in 2024 is at its highest ever, roughly 74% above the prior 3-year average. That's a massive hike, almost doubled.
That's disgusting.
Between 2016 and 2024, roughly 1,300 people died from additional drug overdoses. In 2024, roughly 64% of drug convictions were possession/use, not trafficking. So, again, what was that about science as evidence for lowering those methane targets? I mean, can we listen to this science, please?
Mm-hmm.
I like science, and I want us to listen to it.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
Unless it says weird, like, neo-Nazi shit, and that one we shouldn't listen to. But that's an exception.
Exactly.
The report emphasizes that decriminalization alone is insufficient. It must be paired with major investment in health services, harm reduction, treatment, access, overdose prevention, and community, especially Māori-led services. And the report draws lessons from Portugal, which decriminalized all drugs in 2001, and it says after decriminalization, overdose deaths dropped, HIV transmission fell, and criminal justice burden eased with a notable increase in general use.
Nice.
Without a notable increase in general use.
Yeah.
So drug use overall went down after they decriminalized. So, in shorter words, and a lot of more benefits came from it, health benefits mainly.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, and look, that saves up so much money, so much time, so much resources. Police could be spending their time doing stuff that actually matters for the community, not trying to just get fucking drug dealers on the side of the road, not sitting there taking pictures of black people because they might be fucking drug dealers off to a drug deal, for example. Profiling, that kind of shit. A criminal justice system gets freed up, a lot of resources there. Again, lots of money saved in healthcare, for people not being in ER, people not dying, not lost in the economy due to losing people to drug overdoses, and just general addiction, which makes people shockingly unproductive. Lots of fucking benefits from just decriminalizing drugs, not even legalizing. I mean, I'm frankly more, probably even more for just full-on legalization. I would say, but like that's a different discussion. But more or less, like, yeah, decriminalization, absolutely, go for it. It's proven to be more or less beneficial, as opposed to the last at least 100 years of hard fucking criminalization towards drugs. Like, you look at some places, like I think Japan has, I think it might be death penalty, or
they have some pretty hardcore penalties.
Have some very hard penalties over there,
and death may actually potentially be one of the higher ones.
I think it is, yeah. Which again hasn't worked. You know, there's a cutoff there where, you know, drug dealers and manufacturers are gonna be like, yeah, this much money is worth risking my life. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, mercenaries exist, so, you know, why the fuck? Why wouldn't it exist in that realm of things too? So yeah, look, let's do this. Let's finally stop the fucking drug war. Like, there's no point. Just that's actually the best way to stop all that shit getting imported, when there's no more fucking demand from people being addicted to fucking methamphetamine. So that's what's actually going to stop all this shit coming across the border. And then the border people can actually, that's another place where they're going to save a lot more time. They can stop looking for fucking drugs being smuggled into the country and start looking for like, well, biohazards and shit. You know, shit that's actually going to affect the environment. Yeah, so many fucking benefits.
And I'm sure that actually we'd find too, like, we've got pretty bad domestic violence statistics, mental health statistics.
Yep.
You know, you start helping those with addiction and actually being able to medicate through certain, you know, we know that weed's a medication. We know that meth is fucking bad and you should never do it unless it's in the form that you need for ADHD.
And yes, to the weed haters, weed can be addictive, as can everything. Anything you could form some kind of bad habit with.
You get addicted to feeling good.
You get addicted to feeling good. You get addicted to eating too much fucking sugar. Like, this was a discussion we were having in the Discord earlier today.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sugar can be addictive.
Oh, sugar's so fucking addictive.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cut it back again. I got fucking...
And it's hard, right? So fucking hard. I'm trying that too.
Well, especially because winter, you know, you get a little seasonal depression, and then you get a little bit like, I'm going to make myself feel better with some nice nummies. And then you look at the scales and you go, fuck. Whoops. My bad. And that's not even from the munchies. That's just the depression. But yes, I would love for this to be a thing. I mean,
I can finally try crocodile.
I just don't think that if people can go to the fucking millions of alcohol stores we have available, I shouldn't be having to try fucking go through friends of a friends of a friends just to not want to smoke meth, because meth is too easy to find and weed could be kind of harder to find. It's just crazy.
Alcohol's a literal poison, FYI, and we're allowed to put that in our bodies. Yeah, go for that. You know, that's fine.
Exactly.
Just slap an age on it.
All right.
Actually, no, we haven't even done that. Technically, you can drink at any age. It's a purchase age, so technically you can legally drink at any age. It's just it gets to a point where it's like parental services step in because you're basically abusing your child. Yeah. That's sort of where the asterisk is. But yeah. Anyway, yep. Moving on. We're doing around the world. Here we go. Oh wait, I haven't done the intro thing.
I'm going around the world.
Let's hope that doesn't get... that one hasn't been flagged so far, so that's good. It's an obscure, like, early 90s New Zealand song. I don't think it's going to be flagged. But who knows? Maybe it will. Yeah, so the UN estimates roughly 4 million people are now displaced across the Sahel, calling for urgent international supports, warning that affected countries cannot manage alone. It marks a 2/3 increase in displacement compared to 5 years ago. Women and children represent roughly 80% of those forcibly displaced. Violence, insecurity, climate shocks, and lack of essential services are the main drivers pushing people from their homes. The scale of humanitarian needs greatly exceeds the funding that the UN has. So, yeah. Now's the time to go donate if you have ever been considering doing that to some kind of service that has an outreach program to these kinds of places. It's very essential because UN cannot match this funding alone. As they just stated, this is a unprecedented scale of mass displacement, unfortunately, and it's partly thanks to people in the West for not giving a shit about climate and how that affects people in other countries as well as their own. So again, science, yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are all those right-wingers talking about Sudan and shit, by the way? Anyway, the International Criminal Court has convicted the first militia leader for brutal attacks in Sudan. Abdallah Banda, a military leader, was sentenced to 45 years in prison for war crimes and crimes against humanity. The charges relate to his role in 2003 and 2004 campaign of retaliatory violence against the civilians in Darfur, including murder, rape, forced displacement, and pillaging. The verdict was unanimous. Yeah, so
Fucking
not a
just
good
few
guy.
things. Yeah,
just a few things.
What a piece of shit. I'm glad they got him.
Again, I haven't seen any right-wingers talking about this, just FYI. It only seems to be when Palestine comes up that they seem to mention this
I know,
shit.
right? I know.
Why aren't anyone talking about Sudan? Myanmar?
Or all the, like, fucking Papua New Guinea's got a bunch of bullshit going on over there.
Yeah. Speaking of criminals, Argentina's Congress has overturned President Milei's veto on increased funding for public universities and pediatric healthcare, which I'm sort of already noted myself. I'm like, why the fuck doesn't the UN have the ability to overturn a veto? Fuck's sake. You know? So
yeah, what's the point at that point?
At least Argentina has built that into their fucking system that if the president goes, I'm vetoing this, they can go like, you know what? No, you can't veto it. This is the third time in short order Congress has overwritten Milei's vetoes of spending measures. This follows recent electoral losses for his party in provincial races and does not bode well ahead for his upcoming midterm elections. So, look, things aren't looking good for Milei, to say the least. He's having a bad time. He's having to reach out to the US going, please, sir, can we have some money? Can I have some more? I need a loan.
I need people to think that I'm cool. I want them to like me, and the only way they'll like me is if I spend money.
Come on, Trump, we're the same, right? Yeah. I mean, anyway, last week, Ukraine's President Zelensky says Western parts were found in Russian drones and missiles. Russian drones and missiles were used in recent attacks, allegedly containing tens of thousands of foreign-made parts. Zelensky, I mean, you know, it's not really that shocking because a lot of these are actually used in like civilian applications as well. So it's not that shocking that some of these parts would be in there. Zelensky did list supplier countries such as USA, UK, Germany, Switzerland, Japan, South Korea, the Netherlands, Taiwan, and China.
Not us, thank God.
Not us. Yeah.
Yet.
Yet. He might find something. Yeah. He said the detailed data on each part and company had been shared with Ukraine's partners and indicated Ukraine is preparing new sanctions against entities that aid Russia's war machines, which is not the best way to treat those few countries that are supporting you, I think. So, like, hey guys, we're gonna sanction you. He's not really in the position to do it.
Yeah, that one feels a little. I mean, yes, they it would be great for them to not, but yeah, it just feels like definitely not from a position to probably be able. You're
not in the position to make these kinds of demands, really.
Yeah, especially for something like. Again, it's not great, but it is a relatively small aspect as well.
Like, I mean, if all this is true and this is legitimate, like actual, like this isn't like private companies like selling these off and just private economic transactions, not if this is actual like government related stuff. Like, I sympathize with them on this, but in terms of geopolitical moves, that's probably not the wisest thing to threaten sanctions against the few people supporting you. So yeah.
All right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Are we playing the video from the next one, or are we just talking over?
The next one had a video?
There's a video on here.
Oh, okay. It wasn't supposed to be a video. It was just supposed to be a... no, this is just a quick mention. It was just supposed to be an image of
I think it's right
wreck.
at the beginning of the video.
Okay, maybe that's why.
Maybe?
Yeah. Anyway, a massive explosion rocked an explosives plant in Tennessee, leveling pretty much the entire facility.
Jesus!
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there was a bit of picture, but I forgot to add it, I think. Officials say no survivors have been found, and the response has shifted from rescue to recovery. 16 people are thought to be dead. So,
Jesus!
Yeah, just the entire factory pretty much gone.
Insane.
Yeah, for this small community, it's like the Pike River mine, essentially.
No, that's horrendous. Like, also, that's going to be... Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, also, on Pike River, I think there was a movie came out recently.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
I do remember hearing something about a movie, but...
Yeah,
I think Robin Malcolm might be in it.
Yeah, but fucking nasty explosion.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. Man on trial in Albania shot and killed a judge inside a courtroom. 2 others were injured. The incident occurred during proceedings. Albania officials have called for investigations on how the assailant accessed a firearm at all. And that's pretty much the story.
Wow.
But yeah, so this was literally during court session. The person on trial had a gun, shot and killed a judge and 2 other people.
Jesus!
So, yeah.
That almost sounds like something you kind of would expect someone to be talking about, like a TV show that they watched.
It's literally like, it happens like The Dark Knight. There's some comic book movie shit.
Right? Like, just pulls it, just pat, I'm out.
Yeah. So, yeah, apparently the judge was a bit of a good bloke too. Not like an old cranky, like a bit of a legend by the sounds of it. So, but who knows? Back to protests. In Georgia, protesters tried to storm the presidential palace on the 5th. They accused the ruling party of rigging the last election with Russian backing. The prime minister claims the attack was an attempted overthrow of the government by the protesters. And I just thought this was a pretty powerful image. I couldn't find it anywhere else, so I just uploaded it to Imgur myself.
Nice.
But I just thought it was a cool picture. But yeah. Not much more to say there. If it's true, I didn't actually look too much into it, but assuming that's true, like fucking poor Georgia, they were always caught in the middle of this shit ever since basically since the Soviet Union fell, they've basically been under Putin's eye to try and get them back into sort of their basically just join them back into Russia. So it's sort of like a mini Ukraine thing. They were at war for like a few days back in like the early 2000s, I think, sometime. So yeah, Georgia's not had a good time of it the last few decades.
Yeah, no, they definitely haven't.
Syria has announced the results from its first parliamentary election since the fall of Bashar al-Assad under an interim government. Elections were indirect. Roughly 6,000 members of regional electoral colleges voted to choose 2/3 of the 210 seats. So those 6,000 members voted on about 2/3 of the seats, and the remaining third was appointed by President Ahmed al-Sahara. I think that's how you say it. Some areas under Kurdish, Druze, or opposition control were excluded from processes, meaning not all citizens or regions participated. Representation of women and minorities in this in the elected segment is very low. Only 4% of the seats were won by women. So there has been there's been some concerns about equality and equal representation during this election, but that's gonna happen
4%
once.
Though that's
yeah. Well, they just toppled a dictator, I guess. So it's an improvement, to say the least.
They've got a lot going on.
Well, they got ways to go. But I tell you what, we recognize them as a country, as a sovereign nation. So, despite all that,
must be nice.
Yep. Peru swore in a new president last week, and this is a bit of a follow-up because we covered Peru's Gen Z protest the other week. Yeah, and this follows a unanimous impeachment of Dina Boluarte by Congress on grounds of permanent moral incapacity.
What a fucking burn.
I know. It's like,
God.
You are a horrible human being. We have voted. We've voted you are the worst person.
I think New Zealand needs to fucking...
We need to do that.
We need to take notes, guys. Take fucking notes.
But who would win that one? Who would get that judgment? That's a hard pick. There's a few contending for permanent moral incapacity.
I mean, David, obviously.
I mean,
he takes the number one spot, surely.
Maybe. He's definitely contender. He's top 3 at least.
Isn't the entire fucking Taniwha basically the top 3?
Yeah, that's pretty much my point.
Yeah. They're all first equal. There we go. They can all win.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Moving on, another follow-up from last week. Takaichi's bid as Japan's first female prime minister is in doubt as the ruling coalition splits. So since we reported it last week, Komeito, the longtime junior partner in the ruling coalition, which has been the right wing's coalition partner for about 26 years, withdrew its support. Oh yeah, fucking what a woman could do, you know? Just you introduce a woman, they're like, nah, 26 years, it's been long enough. So they withdrew their support over political funding scandals, apparently under Takaichi's leadership, losing its majority. So apparently, according to them, it's not to do with her being a woman, but
that seems a little convenient.
Well, yeah, it is a little convenient, but I'm really not that,
not
that
across
informed
her.
The whole scandal thing. I'm just reporting
like
it as
drama.
It's been said. Yeah,
some
exactly.
drama going on.
So now she needs to call opposition parties. She needs to do a bit of effort to try and get enough votes, essentially. So who knows? Maybe it'll go to a more left-wing government. This could be a good thing because, as I was saying, she's been touted as the Thatcher of Japan, so could have been bad.
True.
And last thing, this one's pretty fun. France's new Prime Minister, Sébastien Lecornu, resigned on the 6th of October, just after hours after unveiling his new cabinet. He is now the shortest-serving Prime Minister in the history of the French Fifth Republic.
Wow, okay.
They have had 5, if those don't know. They've had quite a few revolutions. They love revolutions in France. Yep. He was faced with widespread criticism from across the political spectrum. However, on Friday, Macron reappointed Lecornu to his new post, accepting his resignation on Monday. So he's back. So
wow.
So literally, like last week, it was this guy's gone after like a couple hours, and then like a week later, Macron's like, nah. You're not resigning.
Okay. Oh, well, Jesus. This sounds
French
messy.
politics is the most fucked. It's great.
Oh, my God.
And you know the term, like, meet the new boss the same as the old boss? Like, this is the most literal, like... We've literally just got the same guy again. We couldn't find anyone else. This is him.
What's that saying? Like the definition of stupidity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result.
Apparently.
Insanity. That's the fucking one.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love the revolution, but I don't know if it seems to be working for them.
Lay effing lol.
Oh, wee.
Yeah, so fun times in France.
Yeah, I'll have to open up some of our other ones. So.
Yeah, but we're really doing good for time this week, which is great. So we can slow down a bit, but these are our more medium fire ones. But
I also have a couple of small things.
That's
that I would
cool.
Like to
we got plenty of overflow stuff we can go to.
We're good. All right, let me open up this one for you.
Okay. Yep, this is at least 24 killed as army paraglider bombs Myanmar Buddhist festival. Again, didn't see any people who were pro-Israel talking about this happening. Even though they talk about Myanmar, but At least 24 people were killed and 47 wounded when Myanmar's military dropped 2 bombs on a from a motorized paraglider onto a peaceful crowd in Chungyu Township on Monday evening, last Monday.
Wow.
Yeah, the attack targeted civilians, making Thaidingyut, a Buddhist full moon festival that coincided with a peaceful protest against military conscription in upcoming national elections and demanding the release of Aung San Suu Kyi, which is, the lady that actually got voted in and then basically got coup d'etat out of there a few years back. Witnesses said the strike happened in about 7 minutes. Bodies were mangled and children were among the dead. So it was a fucking, should be fucking laughing, but it's like
that's
a fucking
massacre. Well, I mean, if you don't laugh, you're just sitting there getting angry, wanting to cry. Like, what else you fucking do?
I just thought it was like it's the way it happened. It's a motorized paraglider of all things.
I know. Well, that sounds goofy.
I know it is goofy.
But it's also like goofy, not goofy funny. It's goofy. Oh dear God, this is horrific. It's also the thought of just a small group of people, just
What's
chilling
that
out.
paraglider doing up there? And he's just dropping bombs.
Right? Fucking hell, these poor people.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to it than that.
Yeah.
It's just a peaceful protest, and this government's just brutally bombing people. Apparently, all they have is a paraglider to do it. I don't know why.
Man, they must be that determined.
I guess so. Maybe there's no fuel. I don't know. Around 5.7 million Haitians, roughly half the country, are currently facing severe food shortages as gang violence spreads. So 1.9 million are already on the emergency acute category. The situation expected to worsen. So this isn't even. It hasn't even peaked yet. It's expected to get way worse. Armed groups now control roughly 90% of Port-au-Prince. They block roads, extort farmers, and prevent aid from reaching many areas.
Man, what does that sound like?
I know, right? Displacement is also severe. 1.3 million people have been forced from their homes. Economic collapse compounds the crisis. Haiti has suffered 6 consecutive years of recession, and food prices leapt 33% in July.
That's rough.
Yeah, we think we got bad cost of living. The government has announced they're doing some food nutrition security offers to coordinate relief efforts, but that might be a little, sort of just, they might be sort of playing to the sort of public with that. Well, so essentially, there's a video here that we can just start playing, just the first bit of it. Because the government might have, a lot of parallels to Gaza.
Aotearoa podcasts. Today, we go inside one of...
For some reason.
What the
Make sure I muted my... there we go. I muted it.
Skip past this guy.
Okay, where we go?
Yeah, fuck this guy. Keep going.
This guy?
This might be the wrong video.
Maybe
is there another video?
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
A mass funeral to mourn the victims of a drone strike in Cité Soleil, the largest shantytown in Haiti's capital. Explosive drones used by security forces targeting a suspected gang leader killed him, along with 8 children. Some of them were playing at a nearby park. Germaine Pierre lost her 7-year-old daughter. No one expected what would happen. Children playing peacefully. They launched the drone to kill my child and other children. We had nothing to do with what is going on. Haiti is facing a devastating and fast-moving crisis.
So we can pause it there, but you can see the parallel sort of there with a government just bombing innocent civilians in the name of sort of getting the few terrorists that are inside the building and stuff.
Exactly.
And, it's yeah, and I haven't really seen this one mentioned either too much. It's not really been talked about.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard about this at all.
Well, mainly because it's not between two nations. It's like all internal strife, and I think also partly because I think geopolitically, Haiti, I think, is a bit more aligned with like some of the other less US favored South American countries, I think like Venezuela and stuff.
Right.
I think they're sort of close to those guys, so probably makes a bit of sense from that side of things that like you know, a lot of US places wouldn't be reporting on this kind of stuff because they probably see it, you know, as not worth reporting on. Fuck? Yeah, exactly. So
like, yeah, they'll be like, oh, it's just third world people and third world things. Well, that's just horrible. Although I do have to admit, seeing that the way that they have their funerals, I will say the one thing that I thought was kind of weirdly heartwarming was to actually see how they let their grief out.
Oh yeah, they go for
that
it.
They need to. Like I was just shocked because I was like, oh my god, that is sometimes how you feel on the inside. You're just letting it out, and I just thought that was quite intense but beautiful.
Yeah, no. It's raw emotion. We're here. It's just like, let's sit down, listen to a fucking hymn or something.
Exactly. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Make me sad with that one.
Oh, yeah. Arc de Trump, new monument model sits on the U.S. president's desk. A model of a triumphal arc was spotted on President Trump's Resolute desk in the Oval Office during a meeting with the Finnish president. The proposed location is across the Potomac, I don't know how you say that, river, near the Lincoln Memorial.
Potomac,
the big
probably.
Pointy thing, so it's near there. The model includes features reminiscent of Paris's Arc de Triomphe, winged golden, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it looks, he's just copying fucking European shit, because he's essentially, which is funny, because, so essentially this is like history echoing itself. So Hitler, what he did was he was copying a lot of the government buildings, neoclassical designs that of the United States, a lot of that went into his ambition. You got his renowned, infamous architect Albert Speer to sort of design. I'll see if I can find it. Actually, it was basically a complete copy of the Capitol building.
Right. Was actually interesting that you said that, because one of the videos I had is to do with America, Germany copying America and fascism. So.
Yeah. Okay. Search of Volk, VOLK. Chalet. It would be Vauxhall, but VOLKSHALLE. And you'll see it. And it was going to be the biggest freestanding sort of structure. It's a big fucking dome, essentially.
Yeah, fucking these domes, man.
Yeah, these domes. So, just more sort of history repeating itself, funnily enough. Yeah.
Well, actually, if that's the case, I think I'm going to play my video next, because I feel like otherwise it won't make sense.
Oh, look, we may as well. That was pretty much the entire story, so we may as well move on, keep the conversation.
Yeah, my one's not long either. It's only like a minute.
But, that's sort of the fascist sort of MO is just building monuments and shit that immortalize you and all your fucking apparent great deeds that you did, so... Just another reason to for your ears to prick up. Go, is this guy a fucking fascist? I think he might be.
Although if they do it, Shot de Trump, that's great. Love that one. That's gold. Also brought up Saipo brought up a point just quickly for the last one. Wasn't a motorized paraglider what Hamas had on October 7th?
I have no clue. But...
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
So maybe it was Hamas in Myanmar. Maybe they'll blame Hamas.
Sure. All right. Well, this is actually someone I only recently found on Instagram. Okay. They're called the History Wizard, and they are amazing. And I'm just going to play the fucking video.
Okay.
Perfectly clear on something. The United States is not becoming just like Nazi Germany. Nazi Germany became just like the United States. studied our Jim Crow laws and used them as a framework for the Nuremberg laws. And they studied our eugenics laws and used them as a framework for the T4 program. The United States is not suddenly descending into a fascist state. It's just becoming visibly fascist in a way that the people who had previously been privileged enough to ignore it can now no longer do so. And as always, have a day.
I thought he was going to say, like, Heil Hitler or some shit. Thought he, as always. Another one to note was Hitler Youth was based off the Boy Scouts. Baden Powell, the Boy Scouts, which is where Hitler got the idea from. Lots of things. He's absolutely right. We're all about copying. The other one was Manifest Destiny. That's where Lebensraum came from, or living space. So expanding into Poland and Eastern Europe was all based around the Manifest Destiny that basically massacred the Indians and stuff. Yeah, look, there's so many parallels. And I was actually, if I hadn't spent all my time on the environmental stuff, I was going to do a fun little game where we guess whether or not something was Nazi Germany or USA.
I love doing shit. Well, we'll have to make
We're going to do that.
We'll do a big proper one, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so too.
Also, for extra context, just so we're all aware, he's called the History Wizard because he also has a master's degree in Holocaust and Genocide Studies. So that was the other reason why I'm like, this guy, we have to listen to him. Motherfucker knows what he's on about. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I thought that was just perfect time to kind of pop that one in there.
Hitler
but
has only got one ball.
I mean, hey, nothing wrong with having one ball.
Goering
how you
has
use
two,
it.
But very small.
All right, we're going to Madagascar next.
We're going to Madagascar. More protests. We're going back to the protests. Anti-government protests continue in Madagascar. They've entered their third week as of last week, so I think probably entering their fourth week this week, with demonstrators demanding President Andry Rajoelina resign. The president has appointed Rufin Fortunat Zafi Sambo, a military general, as prime minister. So, because they dissolved parliament, and essentially the president's being like, all right, I'm putting this military general in charge. I'm sure that's got to make all the protesters go, oh yeah, this is an improvement. So the government was dissolved a week prior in response to the protests. Now some soldiers are defying orders and joining the protesters in the capital. So I would just like to clap for those brave soldiers who are doing so. It's fucking good on them. I mean, I guess Madagascar is kind of a relatively small place, especially for probably African nations. So, probably a bit more, you're almost sort of shooting some people that are close to you, I would expect. Probably has that sort of vibe. Protesters cite grievances such as high cost of living, fuel prices, price hikes, and corruption, and lack of government accountability.
Fuck, that sounds familiar. Shit, guys.
I know, right? That just more reason, guys. We gotta do it. We gotta fucking rise up. We gotta fucking do this shit. And there is a video there, just some of the protests. Yeah, so there's a lot of images here, which I thought.
Where's the video?
I've got it's a separate link just under.
Oh,
all
yes,
stuff
sorry.
here.
I think that's the one I must have next.
Which we can just take a quick look at as well.
Was that the video? No, that's not it. Where is it? Here it is.
There it is. And that's why I kind of got it, because the fucking One Piece symbol again.
Hell yeah, let's go. Also, like, there's just something crazy about watching, like, fully grown adults against kids.
Et c'est pour ça qu'on insiste aujourd'hui au départ du président et non à une dialogue.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wow.
So yeah, look, we fucking Kia kaha Madagascar,
Right.
Good luck, and we hope you get rid of your shitty president and the new shitty prime minister.
Military.
I think. No, whoever the fuck is in charge now, the military general. Yeah. Cool.
All All right. Well, I actually. Oh fuck! Did I close it? I think I closed it. Oh no! Here we go. We'll just go to this one. I don't know if you. I just saw it come up on the banner. Trump's in Israel.
Yep. So this does go into what we're going to talk about next, which is the peace. The peace deal. Well, no need to open that one. I mean, it's if you had something else to open, it's fine.
Nah.
Okay, well, you can open it. This was just a page of updates that I was watching all day because I was just wanting to see what happened. But it's all closed now. But a lot is going on. It's still a developing story, you know. So like things are going to change over the next couple of days. But the updates I got today. Oh, actually, you know what I do have?
Yeah, I found some updates. I think that was the one that I had.
Okay, well, you know what I do have? You go down, there's Trump's peace plan. We've got an image there of Trump's peace plan.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, first, can you click that next link down? Because one of the developments...
Can you highlight it for me so I know which one you're talking about?
This one? It's literally just under that first link. Unidentified gunman.
This one. Highlight
it's a
it.
tweet.
I can't see it.
I've highlighted it.
Oh, there you... No, you hadn't. Now you've done it.
I did it several times. Don't gaslight me. All right. So this guy got killed today, Palestinian journalist, who was killed when re-entering Gaza City. So the shooter was alleged to be colluding with Israeli forces. I mean, that's not confirmed. There's still a lot of speculation around this stuff. But yeah, so and even in peace, there was another journalist was killed today, so you know still a lot of the violence continues, even though there might be a ceasefire.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But yeah, some people do think that these shooters were collaborating with Israel.
I can unfortunately understand why they would.
Yeah. Another foreboding thing. So Israel has warned Palestinians in the West Bank against celebrating when prisoners are released on Monday. They put flyers around where families live, saying
fuck yourself.
Yeah, I know. Saying
fuck yourself. What the fuck?
Anyone who participates in such activities exposes themselves to punishment and arrest.
No, see, that's not part of ceasefire. You can't threaten people.
And this is in a different place. This is in the West Bank. This isn't even in Gaza. This is like, nah, you guys can't be happy for the rest of the country. Nah, fuck that.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Honestly, I fucking hate the Israeli government. They can die.
And there's also possibility, so Israel might be possibly already trying to preempt a reason not to abide by the treaty, because they've...
What a fucking surprise!
I know, they've released a statement saying that they might not expect all the dead abductees held by Palestinian fighters in Gaza to be returned to Israel on Monday. Unfortunately, this is something we anticipate, that not all fallen hostages will be returned tomorrow, the unnamed official told reporters late on Sunday. So they're already starting a pretext to be like, nah, they're not meeting their obligations. It's like,
meanwhile, they're threatening people in the fucking West Bank.
Yeah.
Like, go literally fuck yourself with a Lego dildo.
Yeah. And apparently food distribution sites run by the US and Israel and Gaza have been shut down as well.
I did see that.
Yeah, they say they're going to reopen, but...
Yeah, I just thought that seemed a little hasty. Like, there's still starvation and famine happening. Like, it doesn't... Yeah. I'm just trying not to get angry because I know Israel ain't going to do the right fucking thing. And Palestinians are going to fucking suffer. Exactly. Typical Israel. Like, wow.
We're the victim.
Where's the Gen... I need Gen Z fucking Israelis to get way angrier. Come on, Gen Z. Fucking hell.
I think they're mostly
Burn
Gen
that
Z.
shit to the ground.
So many of Gen Z, they weren't even at the election when Hamas was voted in. Like, more than half of the population was not there.
Oh, no, I mean the Israeli Gen Z.
Oh, the Israeli Gen Z. Oh, yeah, get on that, guys.
Some Israeli Gen Zs who were burning their conscription notices. And, like, I need more of our Gen Z Israelis to just fucking, I don't know, burn down Parliament or something like that, you know?
Yeah, we got a little, I saw this today, which is just an image detailing the Trump's peace plan.
Oh my god.
Nice little summary.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit. You might need to zoom in a bit.
Yep, just a bit.
So Gaza will de-radicalize become a de-radicalized terror-free zone. That's point one.
What is that implying?
No more terrorists. Terrorists are gone. then Gaza will redevelop to improve life for its people. That's a big step.
I don't know what that means either.
That's a big step for step 2. That's insane. Now 3 is war ends immediately once both sides. That's step 3.
What?
After they've started redeveloping, step 3 comes in. The war ends. Apparently we're already at that stage though, because they've had the ceasefire and all captives are like.
Because Gaza has really improved the quality of life, and they're definitely not still starving and dying.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know. They seem to have glossed over those first 2 steps. Israel frees 250 Palestinian life sentence prisoners. So around 2,000 detainees should be freed from Israel back to Palestine, and that's after the hostages and all the dead hostages too, the dead captives returned. So I have a little bit of a hunch that all these people aren't getting returned. Frankly,
I wouldn't be surprised if Israel breaks the ceasefire and fucking
they've never done that.
Month,
they would never do such a thing.
Exactly.
Let's see. Hamas members who decommission their weapons get amnesty or safe passage abroad. That's another very If I was in Hamas, I would not be taking up that offer. I'd be like, no, I'm just gonna keep quiet. I was never Hamas. You know, I'm not believing these fucking guys.
Hamas? Never heard of them.
We'll keep you safe. We'll keep you safe, guys.
Hamas? Did you say Hamas?
Yep. Then full humanitarian aid is going to immediately help rebuild the essential infrastructure. Aid's going to flow into...
Who's paying for this?
I don't know. The UN, apparently, who already doesn't have the funds to help everyone in, like, Sudan and shit.
Why shouldn't Israel pay for all the fucking buildings they destroyed?
No. Yep. And
I
then
wish there was alcohol in this right now, honestly.
I know. Next up is the Gaza government, you know, with all the fucking colonizers coming back to sort of recolonize, I guess, and govern over the Gazan people. Trump's economic plan to rebuild Gaza, I mean, that's going to go great because he's great at economics, we know that. A special economic zone is going to be established with favorable trade terms, no forced displacement, people are free to stay, leave, or return. Well, that's not going to happen. They're not going to be free. They're not going to have freedom to travel. That's just not going to happen. Yeah, and it's just... I don't want to go through all this. It's just more sort of very vague stuff with no specifics.
That's exactly it, is that it's a lot of vague stuff that also does feel like there's light dog whistles in there, like the de-radicalized terror-free zone. I don't think they're referring to the IDF, even though they should be.
Yeah. Anyway,
fuck these cunts.
Moving on, we got Peters. Winston Peters was doing some cranky shit today, being interviewed on the world stage with Al Jazeera. So I watched most of this. So I think this first one is Peters confirming his 3 criteria for what Palestine needs to do for us to recognize them. So I just thought I'd note that. So he's about to outline that.
And so, some may have changed their criteria, but we have not, because we do not think that that is the critical thing at the present time. The present thing that is required is to stop the violence with a ceasefire.
The fuck?
Stop the violence. Okay, cool. That's done.
And for that ceasefire to be accompanied immediately with the giving back of the hostages.
Yeah,
and
they're about to do that tomorrow.
Aid to be unimpeded. And those 3 things are critical.
And unimpeded. Okay. So, given that those hostages are returned tomorrow, we should be recognizing Israel after that. Those are the 3
Palestine,
things.
Yeah,
sorry, Palestine.
Can we unrecognize Israel? Can we take backsies? I want to take backsies.
Exactly. So those are your 3 things. That's stop the violence, don't impede the violence. I guess that's kind of the same thing, and return the hostages. Those are the 3 things. And then he goes on to, minutes later, change his criteria. So let's open that up next.
Also, I agree. This is exactly what I was thinking. Who's committing the violence?
I don't know. Who could be doing that?
Okay. Sorry, is there...
yeah. I got a few Winston Peters clips. They're all short.
What are you waiting for exactly?
Well, look, when was the last time there was an election in the so-called Palestinian state you're talking about? What we've had, of course, is a degradation of that state by Hamas. That's sad. And what we want to do is to construct all the utilities, all the population in the right place with the right processes, so that a state can be easily recognised then. But it will not and should not include any presence of Hamas.
I think something's happened on my end.
Terrorist group.
What do you mean?
Yanga in New Zealand.
Oh, sorry, something was happening weird on my end.
Everything was fine. Everything seemed normal to me. But yeah, that was pretty much like straight away. The guy's like, "What are you waiting for?" And he's like, "Well, they haven't had elections in years." And it's like, that was not a part of your fucking criteria.
Right? Yeah.
And he literally said before, he was criticizing other people. He was like, "Unlike others, we haven't changed our mind. We've been consistent. These are our criteria."
Mm-hmm.
And goes on to add another fucking, and I think that's going to be a constant trend. So assuming Israel keeps their side of the deal and doesn't attack Palestine again, and assuming Palestine also complies and gives back the hostages, these guys are just going to keep moving the fucking goalposts. That's all they're going to do, is move the goalposts constantly, just so they don't have to fucking get involved and recognize it. That's my prediction. Next one on is Winston can't do his maths very good.
New Zealand should recognise a Palestinian state.
20%
said no.
So just before this, I thought I'd add.
Sorry.
Like seconds before this, he had sort of said only 2 polls have said been talking. No, don't go back. Don't go back.
Sure.
But he was saying essentially 2 polls have come. Two credible polls have come out saying the majority of New Zealanders do not support recognizing Palestinian state. And I was like, what the fuck are you on about? And this guy goes on to challenge him on that essentially.
So you want me to play it from there?
Yeah, Yep.
Okay.
New Palestinian state.
One of the polls that I saw, I believe it was the RNZ Reid Research poll, said that 42% of New Zealanders said New Zealand should recognise a Palestinian state. 22% said no, 2 to 1. The rest didn't know. So surely that is a majority of people in New Zealand that have made a decision, do want to see New Zealand recognise a Palestinian state.
When was 42% ever majority when you're dealing with 100%?
Was it there?
The greatest percentage of New Zealanders.
Wow.
Would not.
I don't think he heard everything he said. That was the majority. Like I think he said 3 to 1. Did he? Were in favour to opposed, or did he say 2 to 1? It was something like that. And then the rest were I don't know. So the majority of people do support this, unless so he seems to be counting the I don't know camp in his camp of no.
Yeah. Bro's
42% is a majority. It's like that's not exactly what he said though.
Yeah, bro's senile AF.
If you want to see senile, we got one more clip.
I think I've got it.
Yeah, this one I just listened to and I couldn't even make fucking heads or tails of what he was trying to say.
All right, let's hear him have a stroke.
Let's listen.
Out conveniently to try and support the incorrect stance that you have taken. But when they changed their stance, announced it long way before we got to the UN week, what changed? Well, nothing. The situation actually got worse. Hamas took that as a move to support themselves. What has dramatically changed since then is what we've asked for. Countries with leverage have stepped up, and that has changed the circumstance to the extent now that Hamas is saying they're going to give the hostages back. That's progress, but it's not progress related to their change of stance. It's related to the critical leverage of countries with real influence, Egypt, dare I say it, Indonesia, dare I say it, Pakistan, the United Emirates, Qatar, all these countries, and Turkey, they're right. And in the right shape, and they
about what? What are we talking? What are they right about?
I don't know. Keep playing because I love the guy's reaction too.
Faith in trying to get this peace established long term. That came as a late result, not a result of the UN speeches that were made in that week 11 days ago.
You've said that it recognising New Zealand recognising.
Sorry, let's move on. He didn't even call. He's just like, I don't know how to fucking respond to that.
Yeah, no. I mean, I definitely have to agree that it was a sundown moment. We've seen. I think we saw similar from old Bo Jiden. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was Grandpa sort of forgot where he was almost, I think, was what happened there. So, yeah. Oh, shit, I forgot. We actually do have one more. This one's very important.
Okay, which one?
Just the last one underneath.
The Zelda?
No,
or
no,
the
no.
Sudan?
Yeah.
Cool.
Decision. And I'm not making that decision, but at the same time, I'm looking at the Sudan. I'm looking at Myanmar. I'm looking at 36 million, maybe 45 million people out there starving inside the world, and the world doesn't seem to care.
And pause it there.
Well, we do. We want the
we
same...
do care. I've covered all of that tonight, by the way, and more. And you know what's funny? I haven't seen you until you fucking been talking about Palestine once bring this shit up. So what the fuck are you doing? I've done my due diligence, so don't tell me that we're not fucking talking about that shit. I've intentionally been making sure we've been covering that shit, as well as Haiti, which again, half the fucking country is on the verge of starvation there. And you're not fucking talking about that shit one iota. You're just fucking complaining and bitching nonstop about people outside your house protesting. That's what you're talking about. Fucking motherfucker. Get your shit straight.
Like, Biblio's got to hear, he's just only good at his points, but even then, I feel like he gets lost in his own sauce at times.
Yeah.
It's that cognitive decline.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I know that happens to everyone, like, time to time, but his is brain diarrhea.
Yeah. Anyway,
also, apparently, Jackie Grant has been elected mayor of Westland and will be the second trans mayor. Didn't know that.
I'm not informed of who they are, but hey, I hope
I don't
no
even
one
know
tells.
where Westland is. So.
I was gonna say, just as long as no one tells Winston or anyone in NZ first, they should be fine. Just keep it quiet.
I mean, I love that for them.
Don't keep it quiet.
No matter, I don't know where they are, but I love that for them.
Yeah. And we can just quickly cover this, but we've finally gotten through everything within comfortable time, but we do have a couple extra stories. We've got 5 extra minutes, you know. We may as well go on to the next one, which is just a short little story. Zelda Williams.
I've seen this, yeah.
So Zelda Williams, who people don't know, is the daughter of Robin Williams, is begging fans to stop sending her AI videos of her late father.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. She said, please stop sending me AI videos of Dad. It's dumb, it's a waste of time and energy, and believe me, it's not what he'd want. She criticized how people treated likeness of real people, saying, you're not making art, you're making disgusting, over-processed hot dogs out of the lives of human beings, shoving them down someone else's throat, and hoping they'll give you a thumbs up. Yeah, so,
no, absolutely.
Yeah. Also, people apparently have been trying to recreate her father's voice without permission, all that kind of stuff. Which is a little sort of ironic considering he was a famous imitator. So I just thought, you know, but yeah, apart from that, it's
AI
still pretty...
necromancy. Oh my god, you're so right.
Basically.
AI necromancy. Damn, I'm stealing that. Thank you, Cybo.
But yeah, so if you see this shit, tell that person, fuck you. Robin Williams would hate you. Her daughter certainly does. So... yeah, this is the dystopia we're heading for, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think, do we want to do a couple of palate cleanse things to go?
We got a little time. Do you have a video in video just queued up, right? Just checking.
Yeah, I do have a short one. I just thought this was wild because...
if you got anything you want to go on to, I'm fine. We got 4 minutes. But we won't blame anyone who wants to start drifting off, but stay here for 3 minutes. Come on.
I mean, all you're going to miss is them being 2 minutes late and talking about their day.
Exactly. They're always 2 minutes late. And then, until like 10 minutes in, they're going to be pushing merch, so that's fine.
But I just thought this was more crazy to me because it's like seeing two of my worlds collide. Obviously, I know Brennan Lee Mulligan's, you know, mad fucking socialist, all the fun stuff, but this was just weird to see on, like, I guess more mainstream podcast.
Listening to a podcast, they're generating an identity around themselves as consumers by saying, it's not that I'm listening to Beck and Kyle, right. I'm a Beck and Kyle listener. And that's why I've given them my social security number, my home address, and a tracking data that you guys can sell to Palantir. And that way...
Palantir? What's Palantir?
Palantir is a company that is...
Phil Palantir.
That was,
yeah, I don't think it's that one.
Palantir is a Peter Thiel funded sort of like data and surveillance company that is working with the U.S. government as a surveillance force, right? Named after the evil crystal balls from Lord of the Rings.
I was going to say this Lord of the Rings
Holy crap.
reference.
Does anybody know about this stuff?
Which I obviously would not have known about.
The Nerd in Me came out.
Yeah, I mean, it just was obviously like seeing him talking about Atlas Network stuff, man. This shit just warms my heart. I mean, also, I guess though we'll go quickly into the last little thing I wanted to kind of just put in front of people if they haven't seen it. Obviously, I know you saw this on Bluesky.
I did.
The Atlas Network have gotten the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, one of them.
Yep.
But
this is the first thing I've ever engaged with on Bluesky, by the way.
I was
First
surprised.
thing.
I was like, "Holy shit! You've replied."
I put the app on my phone this week, last week. So yeah.
Well, it must have been important for you to actually bother.
I will start posting there, people. So follow me.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, honestly, I went into a whole fucking spiral when I saw the Peter Thiel stuff. I'm just like, oh my god,
they're coming for you.
Connected. It's all fucking connected.
Atlas is coming. They're coming for you.
Actually, I'll share something funny from my. This is
Chloe's
from my favorite podcast.
Okay.
So you have to like it.
in Dunedin in New Zealand, the motherland.
Dunedin, that's a party city.
Some millionaire made his riches as a property developer and had this
Michael Jordan.
and kind of was like, oh, I just, I've done pretty well out of property. I feel like I want to help other people get involved.
Amazing.
And she won $100,000 to go to her home deposit, like her first home.
I don't know who the fucking Dunedin has been handing out $100K, but
I didn't know you were going to bring up my dad on this episode, but
that's a joke. Like, better fucking be a joke. I don't know. I don't know your dad like that. But I just thought that was a great. Also, just the fact that obviously that just came up. Obviously, when I was watching this episode today, I was like, "Hey, Dunedin mention."
Hell yeah! No, I'm full for it.
Hell yeah! All right, looks like we're at the end of our.
Yep. After a long time. Oh wait, I have one more request for everyone.
Please clap.
There you go.
I had a fun little fact to go with our outro song today.
Okay.
So obviously we're doing Beeping No Money because why wouldn't we?
Yeah, we didn't have more hot dog half. Sorry.
So that's not supposed to play. But fun thing that I thought people might like to know is that all of the music that Beeping No Money has put out pretty much this entire year, including the slight end of last year, is all he got independent artists to design covers for all of them in an attempt to kind of be like, fuck AI. And this is one of the creators who's got to like animate the video. He also, for his song Mary Poppins, which I believe we did watch, that video generated $5,700. So he rounded up to $10,000 and donated it to Palestinian relief. So good guy, Beeping No Money.
Yeah, good on him.
Yeah, that was just a little fun fact. Go
now donate to Haiti.
Right? Or yourself, because you're probably poor too.
We got to fuck off. We need to leave.
Let's go.
All right. Thank you for joining us tonight, guys. We love you. Peace and love. All those things. You can stop playing it.
All right, okay.
But we love you. Thank you for joining. Go watch BHN. All that stuff.
I got ADD, PhD, and finesserie. ABC, she want my D. Hold up, boys, let's start the beat. I say tomato, you say tomato. Let's go surfing, eat avocado. Downtown ATA with Lotto. I like party, Playboy Grotto. Focus. Sandy on my dick. She call me Patrick. Tiffany on my whip. This ain't no plastic. Angelina licking on my Brad Pitt. I just hit a hat trick. Bitch. Little bitch. I got. I got ADD. My attention's there for shit unless you talking money. I got ADD. They talking about me. that's me, bitch. Shooty brand new diamonds on my wrist, I'm gon' get mine. Sorry, bro, my thumbs up in your chick, I had to hitchhike. Mr. Steal your girl when I clock in baby's part-time. A Sophie Rain, she's dancing to my shit, that's a landmine. What are we doing again? I got ADDDDDDDDD. I got ADDDDDDDD. My intentions that the shit unless you talking money. I got ADDDDDDDD. They talking about me, they talking about me. They writing my ADDDD. They talking about me, they talking about me. Well, that's me, bitch.